Good morning, this is Ron Brown. It's January 23rd, I believe, and it is about 20 till 8 in the morning. I'm going to send out this very short video on market analysis. There's another video that you're getting also, and that's about a user smart group that I put together yesterday, and the combination of the two videos should keep you busy. Anyway, I was looking at the market this morning. I really don't see any weakness yet. What I'm doing is I'm going into my market analysis user groups. I'll start with Major Markets Plus, click through to the warehouse, bring this up on the quick pick, go to my top-down process views for market analysis, and select Major Markets Plus. I'm sorted on the combo, which is the percentage price change one day. We saw Bitcoin bounce back yesterday. It's been all over the place for people that are playing Bitcoin. That's a huge capital outlay, and it seems to be very nerve-wracking. I obviously do not do it. But anyway, as I mentioned last week, I put this GBTC in here. It's an investment trust just to get an idea of what Bitcoin is doing. You can see that it was up 7.9% yesterday. The Ultra VIX short-term pro shares were up 1.9, but this is what really stands out to me. The S&P 600 and the 200 were up 1.3 and 1.2 respectively, and then the ARK ETFs, most of them were up yesterday, as you can see. And I'm going to go down here to the Innovator IBD breakout opportunities, down slightly, but when I bring the chart up, you can see that it's finding some support right below the well, it's above the 6 and below the 3. But this is what really stands out here. The small caps are extremely strong. You can see they gapped down yesterday, and buyers came in and pulled these small caps right back up to close near an all-time high. So I just don't see, a lot to worry about yet. Everybody's looking for the big crash or the major pullback, but I'm not seeing it yet. Now, like I said, this is going to be a very short video. What I do want to do, though, is I want to take a look at the NASDAQ Composite, and I'm going to switch charts. Go up here to my market charts. Number 1, this is for use with the NASDAQ. I'll make the NASDAQ full screen, and you can see that it closed at another all-time high. Volume was down a little bit from Wednesday and Thursday, but the advancing versus declining stocks were positive. The volume was down a little bit. New highs versus new lows. Now this is interesting. With an all-time high, if I drop down to the next chart, this is the new highs versus the new lows for the NASDAQ Composite. A few days ago, it was at an all-time high, but it dipped down here. Now, I don't know how much significance there is to that, but we've seen this pattern before. Just something I want to point out. Now I'm going to drop down to Ian's multiple indicator chart, and it's all green. This histogram here represents the Force Index 13, and it's trading up here near its high. It was at its high on Thursday, and it just pulled back a little bit. Why did it pull back? Because the volume was a little bit less. But I just don't see, a breakdown yet. Okay, might as well take a look at the Nyse here if I can find it. Here's that. We'll go down to the next charts. Now it's just it's in more of a contraction phase than the NASDAQ, and but still, it's trading near an all-time high. Also, you can see the internals are not as good for the NYSE, but it it's up there near the top. Okay, now just for the heck of it, I'm going to click on the ranking module, and I'm going to, let's take a look at this. Let's see. I'm going to do a percent change for the past 3 weeks. And you can see the ARC funds, this Autonomous Tech and Robotics ETF was up nearly 19%, 18.5% here. ARC Innovation, there's just a lot of money flowing into these funds. That's why I put them in here. Just keep an eye on them. If these things, these funds start to break down, then there's a pretty good chance that we're going to enter some sort of correction. I'm going to go to a different chart here. I'm going to go down to my context analysis charts, and I'll go down to number 4 because it has the 3 and the 6 and the 18 in here. And after this little pullback right here, when the ETF turned positive again, I'll put the crosshair on here. You can see it went negative for a day, then it turned positive the next day, and it's remained above, the 3 has remained above the 6, and most of these closes were above the 3, which indicates a very strong ETF. You can do this on any of these. Let's look at the Innovation ETF. A little bit different here. You can go to their website and see what stocks are in these funds if you're interested. But like I said, I put them in here just to keep an eye on. And this and the IBD funds. Innovator IBD 50 and the breakout opportunities. These are both really strong also. What looks like the IBD fund itself is the stronger of the two. Had a couple of pullbacks here. Once again above the 3 and the 6, so I just don't see anything breaking down yet. Let's go to the broad market indices quickly. You can see it doesn't take long to get around this program. That's not what I want. Yes it is. Okay, I'll just do that, and then I'll go to my charts, which are the HDSI index charts. I'll look at the percent above the 20, 30, 50, and 200, and you can see that okay, what do I want here? Okay, I'm going to go down. Let's look at the all NASDAQ. You can see that even though the NASDAQ's out to a new high, I'm not seeing much momentum to the upside. The percent above the 20 or above the 30 or above the 50, it's just kind of flatlining. Going to go to this one, the buy and sell. I don't see any sell signals here, and you can see that this index, the all NASDAQ, is trending up sharply. These are pocket pivots down here, above the 3 and the 6, and above these other moving averages also. I'm going to quickly look at the Russell. Russell gave a tentative buy signal yesterday based upon my indicators. At least a 3-to-1 day up and a 3-to-1 day up on volume, advancing volume versus declining volume, which gives a signal as a potential buy to the upside. Let's look at the 600. If I can find it. Here it is right here in front of me. Not quite, but the Russell certainly gave a potential buy signal, and these signals are generally pretty decent. Haven't had major sell signal for a long time. There's this purple here where it was a down day, but the 13-day force stayed positive, so it didn't give a sell signal, and the index was holding above the 18. So that's it. I'm not going to spend any more time on this. You get the idea that the market still looks pretty strong. Enjoy the video, and also enjoy the other video about the new user smart group.